vlogs.
Hi everyone.
So as I said earlier कि ये चैनल हमने इसलिए बनाया है बिकॉज मैं चाहता हूँ कि जो ऑलरेडी शिपिंग में है या फिर जो यंग जनरेशन आना चाहती है तो वो क्यों आए या फिर क्यों नहीं आए.
हाँ.
एंड ये जो इतना हाइप हो गया है मर्चेंट डे के बारे में, इट्स लाइक सडनली बहुत ज़्यादा हाइप हो गया. इफ यू सी लास्ट 2-3 years में एकदम पूरा बूम हो गया है. सो आई वांट टॉक अबाउट योर रैंक बिकॉज यू आर द वन हु इज कनेक्टेड विद एवरीवन ऑन बोर्ड शिप. देखा जाए तो क्रू के साथ, इंजीनियर्स के साथ, ऑफिसर्स, कैप्टन, गैली डिपार्टमेंट. So according to me, chief officer is the most important guy on the ship. He is like the, you can say, the heart of the ship, and the brain remains with master. But anyways, it can be vice versa also.
Yeah.
So let's start with you.
Yes sir.
So थोड़ा बहुत introduction.
Hi everyone. My son is introduction here, Shahbaz from Dehradun. So I joined Merchant Navy back in 2009. So the rules are slightly different for joining now. So like the time when I joined in 2009, the situation was there were multiple options available, but now the government has reduced it to a few options for those joining on deck side, so as to avoid any undue fraud through agents, which was happening at a quite increasing rate. Now, so far as I understand, there are two options, but with both the options, an individual has to be sponsored through a company. So there are many good companies which have their own institution. An individual can attain his professional studies. So to name a few is Anglo Eastern.
Which is the best?
Of course, Anglo Eastern is the
Anglo
best.
Eastern the best.
It's not that I'm a part of Anglo Eastern, but you go
But I'm not
on
from Anglo Eastern
internet,
Academy.
you do your research, you will
Yes.
come up with Anglo Eastern as of
At
now is
present,
best company.
At present, we can say Anglo Eastern Institute, Training
Yes.
Institute is at par with Tolani. But
Yeah.
Tolani is still the best.
Now it depends.
But for cadetship, for the starting, I would say Anglo Eastern best. But
Yeah.
overall, you will say Tolani is best.
The only thing is with since if you are in Anglo Eastern, you are joined with them since the inception of your career.
Yes.
Like with Tolani, you may have an option of going to different companies, but
Yes.
now if someone has made up his mind to join a company first, then I would say Anglo Eastern is a better option. Now many companies, what they do is, since now sponsorship is a mandatory thing, so many companies first they select a candidate and then they ask them to complete their PC training from Tolani.
Yes.
So that way, yeah. So Tolani is like more of a wider prospect. Our individual would get wider experience. He would get to meet, other cadets from being selected into different companies. So that's the
So
difference.
we can sum up in a way like if you want to start with like Anglo Eastern.
Yeah.
So a very good advantage that you will start with the same principles and what they have to do.
Yeah.
So you are born up, shaped up that way.
It would be easier
Yes.
to adopt on
Adopt.
Anglo Eastern shape if you are an Anglo Eastern cadet.
And
So-
with Tolani is like you get the overall impact and then you come to Anglo Eastern. So you may take some time to adapt.
Yeah.
But otherwise adaptation part
Yeah.
is best. You start your career with the company you want to join or you want to work with.
Yes. So joining Merchant Navy is like, of course, students from India who want to explore different careers. Merchant Navy remains one of the good options. So the one very important thing about this career is, if you are sincere enough, so your employment is almost guaranteed. Though it's a contract based, my every ship is a contract. But even then, I'm given all the benefits of a permanent employee, more or less.
Yes.
And every time I'm off the ship, I know I'm gonna get another ship. So the employment
It's a
trust,
job guarantee.
yes, kind of a job guarantee is there. There is the Indian seafarers are on increase, not as earlier, but increase, and with the performance of like sir, myself, and our hard working crew on board.
Yeah.
So we set an example to the world. So they start employing Indians.
Yes.
So that's why there's an increase in Indians. So with the better enhanced safety culture and better operation and management of ship by Indian staff, so there is an increasing opportunity for everyone. If
So you
industry
can say
throughout
with
the world.
time you are becoming more systematic.
Systematic, yes, and since the government is getting involved, so there is very good future prospect.
So let's talk about your cadetship days.
So
Because everyone, whenever I go live or something, everyone wants to ask about my cadetship
Yeah,
days.
yeah.
First of all, how was it?
Mhm.
And then, as now you're a chief officer, so
Yeah.
what do you expect from the young guys who are coming in especially the young kid like ratings, and then most importantly cadet. What do you expect?
I started my PC in 2009.
With EMA?
Completed, yeah, with EMA and completed 2009. So we were the first batch of Anglo-Eastern. So I would say we had wonderful time. So for a candidate after 12th to join Merchant Navy, he has to undergo entrance exam held by IMU, right? Education criteria is brought into the purview of IMU.
Yeah.
So IMU is the university, so it accredits all the institutions across India for PC. So you complete a year of pre-C, whether it's 11 months of pre-C at any pre-C college, I would suggest EMA of course. So after that, you have to do some courses. So those are STCW courses which are mandated by international conventions which are to be done. So company takes care of those ones. They help you through the whole process. Then you get your vaccinations done for yellow fever, your passport, your visas. You get to hold a seat. All the paperwork and all the training formalities being completed, a candidate is sent on board a ship as a cadet.
Yeah.
So you have to undergo about 18 months, maybe a little bit more.
How much was your waiting period to join a ship?
For me, it was rather less. Let's say I completed in August and I joined my first ship on October 11th.
See, only
So,
2 months.
yeah.
That's great.
Within 2 months, I was on board
completed
ship.
in July and I joined in September. So 2 months is the
So
minimum.
2 months, not too less.
So what happened when you joined on ship as a cadet? That is the part I
Okay.
am interested in.
So,
Like what did you expect? Expectations क्या थी?
Yeah.
और फिर जब ship पे गए तब क्या हुआ? Best part to join ship is without any expectations.
yeah,
Then
of
you will
course.
be happy. If
Yeah.
you join with expectations, trust me, I don't know about coming up. They will surely go down. So don't expect anything. Come
Yeah.
with an open mind.
Yeah, real. Come with a very open mind. So there was a cultural shock.
Cultural shock.
With the, with the very first start, I joined my first ship in Montreal. So then I come on ship. So I was 18 and a half. So when I joined my first ship. So for a person that young, especially from Indian family background, have been many hardship days, many happy days, but that's the part of life.
Beauty of the
beauty
shipping
of
also,
the
right?
shipping also, yeah.
One day you are working
So,
and next day you are
like,
enjoying.
I had a hard time on my first ship during cadet days, and now whenever I, see back to those days, I, kind of be thankful to such time. Now, I am ready to expect anything and handle any situation on board ships, whatever the workload may be, whatever the situation may be, any contingency or whatever. So those times have taught me to be prepared at all times.
Maybe it had made you mentally stronger.
Much
Like same
stronger.
thing happened with me. First ship went very bad,
Yeah.
and I was so much mentally strong that all my ships went so easy, and I was so happy because
Yeah,
all the
like
things
the-
we have been through on the first ship.
Yeah, like my second and third ship of the cadetship was like a walk over the clouds.
Yeah.
It wasn't much difficult, and very easy to adopt on new ships.
Other ships.
So, but I would say
Things have changed.
depends, change for every individual. But life on board ship now is much better compared to earlier days. Everyone has an internet access throughout. I mean, middle of the ocean, only 21 persons on board ship, and you have internet connection.
24 hours.
24 hours. What else do you need?
So, what do you expect from the guys who are coming in? मतलब लगा दे कि कोई भी नया कैडेट आ रहा है. Your expectations doesn't matter कि like क्या चल रहा है, trend
Yes.
क्या है, but what do you expect from him? Like तेरा नया कैडेट आ गया and he's like sir I have joined. So what do you expect कि वो क्या करे, कैसे करे, so that he can get his trust or whatever with you, he can have a frequency with you.
So the most important thing, see, it depends on person to person. Everyone would
Of
have
course.
very different
Different,
expectations.
yeah, I have different expectations,
So,
yeah.
so basically, what I see in a candidate or a new joiner, especially the cadets, since everyone knows it's his first ship, he knows nothing. So, what I expect them from the new cadets is one most important thing is their attitude towards work. It's the most
One and
important
the
thing.
most important.
That is the only thing. A guy with good work attitude will develop fabulous work ethics, which will help him throughout his career. Throughout until he reaches masters, and if he want to shift to
Anywhere he is,
to
if your
business.
attitude
Yeah,
is good, it
yeah,
can take you anywhere.
and this holds true not only for shipping,
Yeah,
anywhere, any working organization in the world. So work ethics is the most important thing. So that has to be there. The attitude.
Yeah.
Attitude towards work with which he is going to develop these skills. So that's the only one thing that I seek into a candidate.
Okay. So tell me why there is a perception for the new joiners कि शिप पे सबसे खतरनाक आदमी चीफ ऑफिसर होता है.
I don't know. See, my time.
नहीं, I would say कि जो भी शिप पे जाते हैं,
हाँ, हाँ.
the new joiners I'm saying,
Yeah.
like officers will ask about captain, right?
Yeah,
But
yes,
these
it will
new guys,
ask about-
why there is so much fear,
Two reasons.
and why it has happened?
Two reasons.
And one more thing,
हाँ.
and what can we do
Yes.
to make them this comfortable, like you're saying attitude and this thing,
Yeah.
so that they cannot be afraid to speak the right thing at least?
Yes.